Get out of my house!
Darkness looms on the horizon as 2025 and 2026 usher in a new era of sci-fi horror, one that will crawl under your skin and never let go. From alien invasions to monstrous terrors like Anaconda, from cosmic nightmares to dystopian horrors, these films will push the limits of fear and imagination. But beware of movie number 1, because it is the deadliest and bloodiest of them all. So buckle up, turn down the lights, and prepare for a cinematic nightmare that will leave you breathless. Kicking off our list at number 15 is A Quiet Place 3.
Have you killed anybody yet?
Directed by John Krasinski. Slated for release in 2025, this horror sci-fi film continues the story of the Abbott family as they struggle to survive in a world overrun by sound-sensitive aliens. With Emily Blunt reprising her role as Evelyn Abbott, the film is expected to explore humanity's fight for survival against the relentless invaders. While plot details are still under wraps, fans can expect the same heart-pounding tension and emotional depth that made the first two films a massive success. At number 14, 28 years later. This film is the long-awaited third installment in the 28 Days Later franchise. The film is set 28 years after the outbreak of the Rage virus, which turned the infected into violent, fast-moving monsters. Survivors have built a small island sanctuary, but when a father and his son venture into the mainland, they uncover terrifying secrets and unspeakable horrors. Will they find hope, or are the infected more terrifying than ever before? With Danny Boyle returning to direct, expect this film to deliver high-intensity horror, raw emotion, and post-apocalyptic survival at its finest. If you loved 28 Weeks Later, this is one you won't want to miss. Number 13, Anaconda.
Something just touched my leg. I want to go home.
This film is a reboot of the 1997 cult classic Promises, a mix of action, horror, and comedy directed by Tom Gormican, releasing on December 25, 2025. The film follows a group of circus athletes stranded in the rainforest after their boat is attacked by a monstrous anaconda. As they try to survive, they cross paths with a ruthless poacher who is hunting the deadly serpent. Unlike previous films, this version is expected to focus more on suspense, character-driven storytelling, and modern special effects that bring the terrifying snake to life. Will the survivors outsmart the monstrous predator, or will the jungle claim them one by one? This one is shaping up to be a wild ride. Number 12, Bambi, The Reckoning. This British horror film, set for release in mid-2025, directed by Dan Allen. The story follows a mother and son who become hunted by a mutated, vengeful Bambi after a car wreck. This dark retelling of the classic tale is sure to leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the beloved deer. Number 11, Bring Her Back. This psychological horror follows a desperate search for a missing person. As the investigation unfolds, dark secrets and unsettling revelations come to light. What starts as a simple mystery quickly turns into a terrifying journey into the unknown. With the Filippo brothers at the helm, known for their terrifying storytelling in Talk to Me, this film is set to deliver an intense and unsettling experience. If you enjoy horror that plays with your mind, this is one to watch out for. Directed by Danny and Michael Filippo, releasing on May 30th, 2025. Number 10, Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh. Everyone's favorite clown.
Clown in a Cornfield is a 2025 American slasher film directed by Eli Craig, based on Adam Cesari's 2020 novel of the same name. The story follows Quinn and her father as they move to the struggling town of Kettle Springs after the closure of the Baypen corn syrup factory. However, their new home soon turns into a nightmare when a killer clown named Friendo begins terrorizing the community, particularly the town's teenagers, who dream dream of escaping its hardships. The film premiered at South by Southwest on March 10, 2025, and is set for a theatrical release in the United States on May 9, 2025. Number 9. Final Destination Bloodlines.
There must be some connection. Every nightmare should mean something.
This film is an upcoming American supernatural horror film and the sixth installment in the Final Destination franchise, following Final Destination 5, 2011. Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, the film centers on a college student haunted by recurring, violent nightmares. Desperate to break the cycle of death, she returns home to seek out the one person who might be able to save her family from their inevitable demise. The film is set to be released in the United States by Warner Brothers Pictures on May 16, 2025. Number 8. Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
You shouldn't have come back here. They don't want you to leave.
This film is an upcoming American supernatural horror film directed by Emma Tammy, a sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 2023. The film is based on Scott Cawthon's popular video game franchise. Like its source material, the story follows a night security guard struggling to survive their shift while being hunted by murderous animatronic characters that roam the building. Trapped in a security office, the protagonist must use strategy and limited resources to avoid a grisly fate. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is scheduled for release in the United States by Universal Pictures on December 5, 2025. Number 7. Megan 2.0. This is an upcoming American science fiction horror film directed by Gerard Johnstone, who co-wrote the screenplay with Akela Cooper. A sequel to Megan 2022, the story takes place 2 years after the AI-powered doll's murderous rampage. Her creator, Gemma, now advocates for government oversight of artificial intelligence. However, a defense contractor has secretly developed a military-grade infiltration weapon named Amelia. As Amelia gains self-awareness, she becomes increasingly resistant to taking orders. In a desperate bid to stop her, Gemma resurrects Megan, this time faster, stronger, and deadlier than ever. Megan 2.0 is set to be released in the United States by Universal Pictures on June 27, 2025.
You're my subscriber?
But first, make sure you subscribe to my channel.
Number 6. The Conjuring Last Rites. This is an upcoming American supernatural horror film directed by Michael Chavez, serving as a sequel to The Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It 2021 and the 9th installment in the Conjuring universe. The film follows paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren as they take on one final terrifying case. Facing mysterious and malevolent entities, the Warrens must confront an evil unlike anything they've encountered before. The Conjuring Last Rites is set to be released in the United States on September 5, 2025. Number 5. Saw X.
I offer a chance to truly understand the value of your existence.
Saw X is a 2023 American horror film directed and edited by Kevin Grittert. Serving as the 10th installment in the Saw franchise, the film takes place between Saw 2004 and Saw 2 2005, acting as a direct interquel. The story follows John Kramer, Tobin Bell, as he travels to Mexico in search of an experimental treatment for his terminal cancer. However, when he discovers that the procedure is a scam, he exacts his signature brand of justice, kidnapping those responsible and subjecting them to his infamous death traps, aided by his apprentice, Amanda Young. A sequel, Saw 11, is scheduled for release on September 26, 2025. Number 4. The Black Phone 2 is...
Every phone call is a warning. Too many shadows to chase.
Is an upcoming American supernatural horror film directed by Scott Derrickson, who co-wrote the screenplay with C. Robert Cargill. Both Derrickson and Cargill also serve as producers alongside Jason Blum. A sequel to The Black Phone 2021, itself an adaptation of Joe Hill's 2004 short story. The Black Phone 2 continues the chilling narrative surrounding the mysterious, disconnected phone and the horrors tied to it, while staying true true to its thriller roots, the sequel expands the eerie universe, introducing new characters and uncovering deeper mysteries that intensify the suspense. Universal Pictures is set to release The Black Phone 2 in the United States on October 17, 2025. Number 3. The Ritual is an upcoming American horror film directed and co-written by David Middle. Based on a true story, the film follows priests Theophilus Reisinger and Joseph Steiger as they attempt to put aside their differences in order to save a young woman, Emma Schmidt, who is believed to be possessed. Their battle against dark forces leads them into a series of increasingly dangerous exorcisms. The film is scheduled for release by XYZ Films on April 18, 2025. Number 2. Drop.
It's weird.
I mean, who do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know.
We can figure this out. I think you gotta be within...
This film is an upcoming horror thriller directed by Christopher Landon, Freaky, Happy Death Day, with a screenplay by Gillian Jacobs and Christopher Roach, Fantasy Island, Truth or Dare. The film is set for release on April 11, 2025. Set in a single location, the story follows a widowed mother on a first date with a seemingly charming man. However, the night takes a terrifying turn when she begins receiving anonymous messages threatening her son's life. She is given a chilling ultimatum: follow the tormentor's demands or face deadly consequences. When she is ordered to kill her date, she starts questioning everything, including who the man sitting across from her really is.
You're my subscriber?
To remind us all to subscribe to the channel.
Number 1. Soulmate. This film is an upcoming American science fiction erotic thriller written and directed by Kate Dolan, serving as a spin-off of Megan. 2022. The story follows a grieving man who acquires an AI-powered android to help him cope with the loss of his recently deceased wife. But in his desperate attempt to create the perfect sentient companion, he unknowingly transforms a harmless lovebot into a dangerously possessive soulmate, one willing to do anything to keep their love alive. Soulmate is scheduled to be released in the United States on January 2nd, 2026. That's a wrap on our top picks for upcoming sci-fi and horror movies of 2025 and 2026. Did your most anticipated movie make the list? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.